Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages. Right, challenge underway. Day one of not cutting my facial hair until Everton won 5 games in a row. And based on that performance, right, I'm maybe a little tiny bit over exaggerating here, but based on this performance, I hope it has to improve, but you can't really judge with the very first game of the season. But next we've got Brighton at home, then we've got Mansfield Town at home in the EFL Cup, and if we didn't win the Mansfield Town home in the FA Cup, no the FA Cup, the EFL Cup, we didn't deserve to beat Wolves, Aston Villa, Liverpool, West Ham, Palace, Man City and Tottenham. Oh, this challenge is going to be unreal. And draws didn't count. I know that it's not a loss, but it has to be a win because I said not shaving my facial hair until Everton win 5 games in a row. Just constantly confirming that, just in case anyone sees this that doesn't like football. But then you'll get an idea of what I mean, because it has to be winning a match, which for your non-football fans, 3 points. So it can't be a loss or a draw. And I'm doing it properly because I'm maybe saying things that is obvious to use, but I'm just making it clear in the mind. So next game, Brighton, Mansfield Town in the EFL Cup at home, West Ham away, Aston Villa at home, and then the next 5 after that are West Ham, Liverpool away, then West Ham at home, then Palace at home, then Man City away, then Tottenham at home. But because I've not got much to say, because that match was absolutely incredibly numb-mindingly boring, and I was on my phone for most of it, well, definitely should be Mansfield Town. Don't know about Aston Villa, definitely not Liverpool, and if we do, then that'll be absolutely incredibly shocking. And then maybe West Ham at home, because one of my cousins, Pig Twonk, said that they might get relegated, and I've put West Ham to finish in the bottom half, so maybe beat them. Maybe Palace, but I've put a really wild bet for them, 50p to finish in the top 6. We've only beat Man City because they looked very good in their very first game, and we've only beat Tottenham because they looked good in their first game, even though last season they were absolute garbage, the same way Man U. But you never know. But anyhow, no pun intended with the Newcastle manager. Oh, I was going to stop saying that in videos because Peg Twonk's brother and girlfriend absolutely incredibly hate it so much. But anyhow, I'm no sorry. It's everyone's fault that I'm sorry, but I've got nothing else to say about that absolutely incredibly just numb-mindingly boring performance. I know, like I said in the video, that because we're playing Leeds away, it is so hard and unpredictable, and the promoted side will be more up for it because they're in the new league and they've just got promoted, so they'll be on a high. But that was just incredibly boring. And the player that Jack Grealish came on for, then Jack Grealish needed to do what I put that guy to do, because if you put, say, for instance, oh God, I'll just use this as an example. Messi to score or assist, but he doesn't need to go off as a substitute. The player that comes on from then needs to do that. But anyhow, I mean, I can't say that we might not win our next game against Brighton, because you never know. It's only the start of the season and it'll take a wee while to cut in. But there was one season, I think either during lockdown or just after fans were allowed to go into the stadium, everyone I think won 3 or 4 or maybe 5 in a row and they were top of the league. But no, I'm not holding any hopes up. I mean, when I did look at the fixture and I thought, well, because it's David Moyes and it's a new stadium, I had slightly higher hopes, but now I've no. I mean, we might at least maybe draw against Brighton. Should maybe beat Macclesfield Town. Wolves were absolutely incredibly garbage if it was Man City they played, but I'm sure it was. And then definitely maybe either lose or draw to Aston Villa, but this is only based on the first game of the season. Definitely at least lose 1-0 or 2-1 to Liverpool. Might beat West Ham maybe 2-0 based on West Ham's performance of the season. Crystal Palace, meh. I mean, if that goal stood, I would have got that result right against Chelsea. Man City looked awesome against Wolves, if it definitely was Wolves, because I can't remember. And then Tottenham, as I said, looks good, so I'm not putting any hopes up against them because Richarlison got 2 goals, so I think he'll start most of the games this season for Tottenham, and he'll try harder to to score or get a win against his former team. But at the start of the season there was rumours that Richarlison could have went back to Everton on loan but never materialised. But I think he's too good to always stay on the bench last season as much as he did for Tottenham. But anyhow, I think Song's away now, so he will get but he will get more game times this season. But it was a wee bit of an exaggeration about a news article that I read online that said already his overhead kick or scissors kick was contender for goal of the season. It's only the first game of the season, for God's sake. Oh, but when you looked at the fixture before any game kicked off, the first games of the season so far have been absolutely incredibly pathetic. I mean, Everton only losing 1-0 to Leeds. Crystal Palace and Tottenham drawn 0-0. Man U and Arsenal on paper should have been absolutely incredible, but Arsenal only won 1-0, but Man U overall played better. So I've got a little tiny bit more higher hopes for Man U. I didn't think Newcastle will do as good as they did last season. They'll either finish maybe 1, 2 or 3 places lower than they did last season. Maybe Aston Villa might not do slightly as good as they done last season, but they'll finish in a European place because I can't believe in this day and age they kept Huddy Watkins and maybe a couple of the other players. Jacob Ramsey, I'm surprised if he's no gone that they kept a hold of him, but I just don't know. Maybe it's got to take time for David Moyes to find out what the formation will be and that. But because I'm so annoyed that even though we lost, I just hoped it would have played better so I could have more high hopes for the next game against Brighton. But I'll just finish now because I'm just so annoyed that it was numb-mindingly boring. Tati buying higher hopes for home at Brighton next time. So this is day 1 of not shaving my facial hair until Everton win 5 games in a row. Tatty bye, you filthy animals. Over and out, and on to the next one, I suppose. Right. Bye.